If you want people to actually wake up from the Jehovah's Witness religion, going directly to the Kingdom Hall and interrupting the meeting to tell them why they should not be Jehovah's Witnesses is never going to work. I just saw a video of a guy going up on the stage as another brother was going up on the stage to the podium, interrupting this guy and telling them about the CSA cases and all this other stuff. You should know as well as anybody else that they are trained to believe that you are crazy. They're immediately shutting their ears off. They're not listening to a word you're saying. Everybody in the video was ignoring that man. They believe, as they're told, that apostates are crazy, unhinged, and controlled by the devil. By doing what you're doing, you're confirming their bias. You're confirming their beliefs. Then when the elders surround you and force you out, the congregation is going to feel like, oh, there are heroes. They protected us just like they're supposed to. And they're going to feel empowered because they think the devil didn't win. So you see how what you're doing is counterproductive? I had to redo this video because the first time I made it, I was so irritated and I sounded so judgmental and like I didn't want to sound eldery or anything. But it just bugs me when people do that shit because you're going against the work that people are trying to do to help people to realize that when you leave the organization, you're not crazy. You're a normal human being. You can have a normal, good life, and you're not out to get current witnesses. Don't y'all understand that you are trying to shake their entire belief system in a matter of seconds, and it's not gonna work because that's all you're gonna have is seconds before you're cut off and forced out of the Kingdom Hall. And they're not listening anyway. Do you know how traumatic it was to realize that I was in a cult, to wake up to the fact that everything I was raised to believe since the womb was a lie? I literally felt like the ground fell out from under me. I literally felt like my mind was going through an earthquake. I almost had a panic attack. Is that what you want to induce to people who are just sitting in a meeting that they think is a part of everyday life? That's what you want to put on people as they're just sitting in a normal midweek meeting or Sunday meeting, whatever the case may be. Even if they're bored, they'd probably rather be bored than panic-ridden. And even if some people do hear what you're saying, they're probably going to put it off and think Jehovah will handle it. Even if there's some truth to what he's saying, Jehovah will handle it. The method that you're using is not going to work. And so many people in the comments of this YouTube video were talking about the courage that he had. Yes, granted, it takes some courage to go up in front of these people who maybe you were raised around and spout this message. But it's misplaced courage if what you're doing is not going to work. It would make more sense to show people by your life that you're a normal human being. And it would make more sense to post things on the internet that people can choose to look at, rather than forcing them to listen to your message by interrupting something that they love. If you loved a band from childhood and it turns out that somebody from the band was doing bad things behind closed doors, are you going to want some rando to jump up on stage and be like, you shouldn't listen to this band. This person's doing this, that, and the third. They would boo your ass off the stage. They're not going to want to hear it. They want to hear the music. That's all they're there for. Now, witnesses aren't going to boo you off the stage, but if they could, they would. They would boo your ass off the stage. Why? Because they think you're the villain and that they're in the right. They've been told that their entire lives, that they are the one true religion, that there are no mistakes. There is nothing bad happening in the religion. There are just imperfect people in it. So please stop doing this. Please. I'm begging y'all. And in the first attempt that I tried to make this video, I said that you're making us as apostates look bad. Well, I think there's some truth to that. I don't want to have that sentiment because all through life, growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, all we cared about was our reputation and how we looked to other people. And that genuinely doesn't always matter. It doesn't matter as much as they made it matter. But it doesn't change the fact that what you're doing is counterproductive. Because you're showing that to them, they are the true religion. That's what you're showing them by being the stereotypical apostate. And on top of that, you're not being considerate. You're not really being considerate. It's not fair to the people that you're trying to wake up. Because trying to force someone to wake up, it's not a good look.